Hello, I'm Adair McAllister, and this is my example interactive journal for the literacy module. My book that I used for this was A Game of Thrones, and my client that I had in mind is an adult who is reading more at like a 5th or 6th grade level. So I just used a small journal size notebook that I had already at my house. You could really use any kind of notebook for this since it is an adult. Ideally, I would have had a picture of the cover of the book to put here, but with the snow, I didn't really get to print out stuff I wanted to, so I just kind of wrote the name of the book here. And then on the first page, I have a list of the main characters, and I divided them by the families or houses that they belong to. So this would just be kind of an ongoing list that the client could add to as they meet more characters. So I've added several pages for that. And they could keep quick notes about them if there's anything important or a character they really liked or something. And then the next part, I have the settings, some of the main settings. I just did a couple of examples and a short description. Again, this would be an ongoing list because there are a lot of different settings in this book. And again, ideally, I would have had a map of the settings to go along with it to kind of help visualize where all the different locations were. Then the next part is a vocab list that we would create as we read the book. So I've just added a few words. This is probably really hard to see. And then the definition. And then from this, we could also do one of the activities where they created flashcards for this and kind of use the words in their own way in different contexts throughout their daily life. And then the next part, I did some practice with compare and contrast Venn diagrams, so we just did a practice one here, and then I would have them make notes about the characters and the settings that they selected to do their final comparison and contrasting of. And then on the next page, just left room for more notes about the two characters that they chose. They could write down different traits and then find the ways that they are different and the ways that they're similar, and left a few more pages for more notes like that. And then another project that I wanted my client to do was, in Game of Thrones, if you're not familiar with it, the houses or the different families are a very key part of this. So I wanted my client to do a little research on their own family and do a kind of small presentation about their family history, some unique traditions, and then they could create their own sigil or emblem online. So this would be more of an online project, not program. But it would still be good to take some notes and kind of keep themselves on track with what they needed to do. So I said, like, research their family and find pictures, find any famous people, talk about their traditions, things like that. So I used some of my last name for this, just a little bit of information. And that's pretty much it. With mine being an adult, I don't feel like it's super creative. I'm not very creative, so you could probably do more with it, but it's not as fun or flashy as probably what some of the elementary student ones would be, but there you go. Thanks.